Mike Pendleton here with SureDog.com and the On the Mic podcast. And literally, as we just spoke, I think I'm doing good, but I don't think I'm doing as good as this man, the new PFL middleweight champion. And I'm not just saying this because he talked to me, he told me he was going to do it, but the way he did it, comeback of the year, almost performance of the year, just what a magical moment. Probably the top PFL moment of the year. He is the champion, Costello van Steenis. Costello, congratulations. I
So
mean,
much, sir.
I can't, I really don't even know where to begin. I'll say this. I know in the journalism side, you're supposed to be so unbiased and not play favorites, but I couldn't help to get off my chair and scream at those closing moments. I have to ask you this because this was my favorite part. And it's no disrespect to him, but Sean O'Connell on the broadcast, I'm sure you've gone back and watched the fight
Oh, yes.
with 30 seconds said, you can't tap out Johnny Eblen with 30 seconds left. Now, obviously, you don't hear that in the fight, but what did you think 30 seconds left when you get Johnny Eblen to the ground?
Well, first of all, I didn't hear it at the moment, and he came to me at the hotel. We were sitting at the hotel, and after the fight, he goes, "Man, hats off to you." He shook my hand, and like, "Man, you're gonna watch back the fight, and you're gonna hear me say this." But oh boy, was I wrong, man! I did not see that coming. I just looked up and I saw that rear naked choke was squeezed in. I was like, "Oh no, how did he do that?" Nah, that was crazy. That was crazy. And now I watch it back, I'm like, yeah, boy.
I think it
Got me
just
again, people.
I I think it just goes to show the level of talent that you have, and when we spoke before the fight, you weren't just manifesting it. You believed in yourself, you believed in your
Yes.
skills. And I think the easiest question for me to ask you is, at any point during the fight, did you lose confidence?
No, not at all. If I had to choose a point where I had the less confidence was in the first round of the first few minutes, couple of minutes. Yeah, he threw me. I was like, okay, this guy's strong. Why did I have the most less confidence in the first round? Because people were like Dustin Poirier, big names, legends. They were saying, yeah, Johnny Eblen's going to stay at the top for a very long time. I don't see him losing for a very long time because he's really that strong. I mean, this guy trained with Strickland, and apparently people are saying he's even stronger than Strickland. That gives him a good sweat. And I'm like getting all these interviews with big names that they're always talking so good and positive about him. So like, oh shit, okay. I don't give okay, of course I don't give a shit, but I was like, so am I, you know. People don't talk that good about me like they do to him because he knows more famous people. But I don't give a shit. I'm a shark as well, you know. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna come for you. And once I felt his strength, I was like, okay, he threw me down. And then he was punching me. He's punched me a few times in the face. I was like, nah, he's not gonna knock me out. No way is he gonna knock me out. He's not gonna tap me either. So it's like, okay. And then in the second round, I felt him starting to gas out. I was like, whoa, this guy is a human. He's getting tired already. And like, okay, it's just a matter of time. And then yeah, I made some mistakes. So thank God I tapped him in the fifth.
Well, I mean, technically, if we're going to be technical, didn't just tap him, put him to sleep. And
But
take me through those moments in which you have that squeeze and you know you can't let go. You know the clock is ticking down, but you also know at any second you're achieving everything you wanted in your career.
oh man, at that moment, I was squeezing so tight. I was like, of course, I was like, not panicking, but I was like a little bit scared. I was like, time's gonna run out, you know? Time waits for nobody. And at that moment, I had the lock. There was like 10 or 15 seconds left. And I hear my coaches, my team yelling, you need to squeeze as hard as you can. And at that moment, I wasn't thinking of making him tap or putting him to, I wasn't thinking of making him tap. I was just thinking, okay, I need to break this guy's neck with the squeeze. I need to squeeze as hard as possible, put all my energy into it because I might not have the time to make him fall asleep or make him tap out. So it's like I need to break him. I need to break him. It's either I break him or I lose. If I don't break him, I'll lose. So yeah, thank God I put him to sleep. So then yeah, once the referee said stop, I was like, I knew it. I knew it. I wrote it down and I knew I was gonna win this. I didn't know I was gonna win that late, but I knew I was gonna win.
Well, and that was my favorite thing. Obviously that event happening on the same day as a UFC pay-per-view. When I get together with friends who want to watch the UFC, they're like, "Why are you so elated right now?" There's so from my perspective, there's something about hearing a fighter saying they're going to do it. In the same way a fan would be so enamored by a fighter saying they're going to do something, then going out and doing it. But the way you did it so emphatically at the last possible second, I truly do think it's the top moment for the PFL this year. Obviously, a career defining moment for you. Have you had that moment of self-reflection yet? I know you're doing, victory interviews and all of this, but have you had that self-reflection moment of this is everything I set out to do. I've got my brother in this career with me, and we achieved it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. No, you have to believe it before you start doing something. So it's like we write it down, and it's like we always say it's written down, it's destined. Because why is it not just written down? We write it down in our hearts, we write it down in our minds. We wake up, we think about it. We go to sleep, we think about it. I mean, I've got a how do you call this? I've got a joker up my sleeve, and that's my brother, and so does he. What fighter has like a best friend, a brother that live together when we have a training camp? That when I fight, he's doing everything possible so that I win. And so is it the other way around. We're blessed to have each other. And this is why we also think we're like a step ahead of the game because we got each other. And of course, other people got other people like friends and family, but this is real. It's like I'm him and he's me when we fight.
That's beautiful. And I think, specifically talking about what's over your shoulder there, when you walk around the house, when you're doing interviews, when you see that belt, what does it say to you about yourself?
It's making dreams come true. It's like the little kid. Like when I started my MMA career when I was 18, a little bit late. I started thinking, okay, I'm going to go professional for it when I was 20. I packed my bags. I packed three big luggages. I jumped on the bus, I was living in Spain at that moment, and I jumped on the bus and I said, okay, I'm going to go full out on my MMA career. I'm going to become world champion, 100%. I'm going to do everything possible to make it happen. Got my luggages, jumped on the bus, drove 24 hours to the Netherlands, and from here on, I just spread my wings and started looking for gyms. I got in contact with Ricardo Wondel, trained with him, and then after a couple of months, he took me to Musasi's gym, and since then we're just one big family. Of course, I needed to work my way up, but this is like this is not from one night. This is 12 years of hard work for making one dream come true. From that kid jumping on that 24-hour bus with no money and with just one dream, and all the people doubting, saying, "Yeah, but you need a plan B. What if it doesn't work? What if you get injured or you break something and you can't do this?" Like, yeah, but what if it does work? You know? And here we go. There it is.
And doubted you even into and near the end of your championship fight. So,
I was underdog. I was
yeah.
a underdog there.
Underdog you were, but champion you are now. And, obviously, Johnny has wasted no time in voicing his opinion. He wants a rematch. I guess, the easy question is where do you stand on giving him a rematch? Is it sooner than later? Is it waiting for the world tournament to finish out? Where's your stance on a rematch with Johnny?
Well, Johnny and I will definitely have a rematch sooner or later. But first, I want to dance with somebody else because I want to make some good fights. John Eblen, with all due respect, this guy is really strong. He's a great fighter, but it's a little bit boring. It's a little bit boring. Sorry, phone's ringing.
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep, you're good.
it's a little bit. With all respect, it's a little bit boring. So I want to. That's what also the PFL told me, and I heard from other people. So I want to wait for the tournament to finish from Dalton against Edwards, and I'd like to have the winner of two of see the winner of them two. I want to have the winner of them by the end of the year. The sooner the better, of course. But I think that's what makes the most sense, right? And then Johnny Eblen can have the loser of the fight, and then we'll probably after that we'll fight each other again. But yeah, he's just sounding like an ex-girlfriend being jealous and wanting to come back at me or something. I don't know.
Well, Costello, I don't want to, give out a prediction, but there is a possibility of facing Dalton Rosser, who's from that same gym. Could we see Costello versus American Top Team, like in the immediate future?
Oh, I don't think I could ever go to American Top Team because I've already been training in Killcliff, and to be honest, I'm planning on to go back there. After the fight of my brother, I want to go to Killcliff in Florida and start training there. And yeah, we're gonna see because Ranier did the move. I used to, well, I still train with Ranier, but he's like getting ready for his last couple of fights. Now he's gonna fight this week against Robert Whittaker, and he's been already in the Netherlands for no, in Florida for 2 months at Killcliff. So I think I'm gonna do the same.
Yeah, no, I was saying you taking on members of American Top Team, like you
Oh,
going
sorry.
against them. No, it's okay. No, because it's lining up to possibly be that way. You know, you become
Yeah,
champ against ATT. You could potentially defend your belt against ATT. You could become their worst enemy. And so
I probably am. I probably already am because I defeated their best fighter.
it's absolutely amazing. And I love to hear that, you're planning to go back down to Florida. I love the team over at Killcliff as well, just as I do with ATT. Now, I got to ask, I don't know your timeline, but would you have any interest in attending that middleweight world tournament final between Dalton Rosta and Fabian Edwards?
Oh yeah, I'd love to go there. I'd love to. It's gonna be in Florida, right?
In Florida, in Florida.
Oh, that would be great. I'll definitely go there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would be nice. It would be nice to be there. I'll take this beautiful thing with me to show them who's the real champ.
If the powers that be are listening at the PFL, I think that has to happen. I think listen, it'd be a great moment. I do have to ask you though, how you think that fight between Rasta and Edwards plays out.
I believe. Look, Ross is a good. Is a good, strong middleweight, and so is Fabian. I fought Fabian before. This guy is really quick. He's got a long reach, longer than you'd think. I believe Fabian's gone a little bit better than that we fought last time, and I think Fabian's gonna win by points.
It's definitely going to be an interesting fight. Now, as a longtime veteran in Bellator, you get your moment and the biggest shine of your career with the PFL. Moving forward, 10 years from now or 50 years from now, you'll always be remembered as the PFL middleweight champion. So
The way
how
you say it, fuck me.
it's
Yeah,
just
I
the
didn't even
truth
hear it
though,
like that. Goosebumps, man.
it can never be taken from you. So when you look at that, how much pride now do you carry in a career that's really only just getting started with this company? How much pride do you carry in representing the PFL?
Oh man, this means everything to me. I hope once I stop fighting, I can work for PFL, make a collaboration or whatever. I don't know. I really love the organization. They treat me really good. They really treat me with respect. They're so humble. I mean, they did take care of me a lot, and I wasn't even champion yet. And after I was champion, they was like, "Whoa, man!" They were so happy for me. I was like, "Damn, I love you guys, man. I want to stay in this organization for a very long time, or for a very long time. Maybe for till the end of my career, I'll be champion. I'll fight for the championship belt, and maybe who knows? After, I'd love to do some work with them."
I think you would be a valuable asset, not only as a fighter, but as a company employee with them. The reason I asked that, though, is because coming into the fight, and it's no disrespect to you or any other middleweight on the roster, Johnny Eblen sounded like a guy who felt he needed bigger challenges. He felt there needed to be bigger fights, maybe with opponents in the UFC or in other promotions. And I'm just curious from your perspective, now that you've gone and beat this guy that everyone thought was invincible, do you kind of represent the company and say, listen, not only can I beat this guy, but now I
His
want to
wish
see who
came
can,
true.
yeah, who can come over here and beat me instead
Yeah.
of feeling like they need to leave the PFL or look other places, come to the PFL and try to beat me.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. No, his wish came true, and guess what? It turned out wrong for him. And to be honest, you look, if they ever want to do a crossover, put the best middleweight fighter from the PFL, that would be me, against the best middleweight fighter from the UFC. Let's do it in the White House. How good would that be? I'd definitely not say no to that. And that would be now, well, Kamzat and Duplessis are fighting against each other. But man, what I felt when I fought in South Africa over there, people was like, "Oh, you're the people's champ. You're the African gladiator from now on that's adopted by us." Like, whoa, these are some strong words, man. Like, man, I feel like they don't even know about Duplessis. It's all about me. This is beautiful.
I do love that, and thank you for bringing up South Africa because as I talked about 50 years from now, you still being a PFL champ, you are also going to be a part of the most historic event in Africa for the company, being a part
Wow.
of PFL Africa One, and you saw the reception you got, you heard the crowd reaction when you won the belt, you saw how you were perceived in the public. when you look at what the PFL is doing, and I know you said you'd love to work with them, but having broken ground in South Africa and giving African fighters a chance, just your thoughts on what that weekend was like and that fight week was like being there in South Africa.
It was better than that I imagined. I mean, I was buzzing to fight in South Africa. I've never been there. It's like a long ass flight as well. It's like, man, this is gonna be long, but it's gonna be good. But it wasn't good. It was beautiful. The people were beautiful. The countries are beautiful. So it's a shame the weather wasn't really quality over there because it's now like winter season. But they told me, oh, you need to come back in December. So that's what I'm gonna do in December. Hopefully, I'll first defend my title and then I'll go back to South Africa. Hey man, but how? To be honest, I'd love to fight in Spain. My wish is to fight in Spain. But if I could choose a second country to fight, I'd fight in Cape Town again in South Africa. I mean, the people there they make me feel South African.
I don't know how you can deny the champ an opportunity to fight in Spain. I think PFL being global, I think they have a great marketing fighter in yourself to travel the world with. Man, I know I asked you about it before the fight, and it's just a few days away, so let me be early and tell you happy birthday. Are you going to
Thank you
celebrate it
so much.
now after the belt?
Yeah, no way. If I'm gonna celebrate, I don't know how. Well, let's say I know how I'm gonna start, but I don't know how I'm gonna end. We're gonna see. You'll have to interview me again the week after.
Man, I will always interview you. You're just a class act. You're a world class fighter. You're a world
Thank you,
champion
brother.
now, and I cannot wait. In a perfect world, let's say you go down to Florida. You're there for the world tournament final. That'll be in August. I'll be there as well. Uh,
Oh,
what
nice.
what will it be like timeline for you after that world tournament, depending on the opponent and their health? When would you like to get back in there and defend this title?
That's a very good question. I wrote my manager this morning and my trainer saying I would like to fight. I would like to fight in 2, 3 months. I'd like that would be perfect. Like just ask for it. I know it's not going to be possible because one of them two are going to fight in 3 weeks and they'll need a rest. But end of the year would be nice. Maybe November. November would be beautiful. Or beginning December. That'd be great. Just before Christmas.
Yeah, get you a fight in November or December so you can head to South Africa right after that fight as well.
Yes, exactly.
I'm all on board
Exactly.
with the Costello van Steenis train. I'm all aboard with your plan. I'm very excited that and I say this unbiasedly. I'm very happy that you got your moment. I think it's going to be a moment that PFL can lay their hat on. Obviously, you can lay your hat on it, but I think, as I said to open the show, the PFL needed a moment like that to captivate the audience, and it's no disrespect to Johnny Eblen. But to grab that championship in the final seconds, 9 seconds left, and be competitive against the guy who was so invincible to the world in their eyes, and you made him look human, I
Yeah.
think it was beautiful for both fighter and company. So congratulations to you, man. Thank you for giving
Thank you
me the
so much.
time. And maybe I'll see you in Florida.
Oh, that would be great, brother. All respect to you, man. Thank you for having me on your show and your podcast. And I really hope to see you in Florida, man.
Awesome. Thank you, Costello.
All right. See you later, man.